Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Two Crones and Books with your host, Shell and
Annette.
Annette. Well, hey, it's our
Woohoo!
first one of 2026.
Can you believe it? Another year down, Shell.
Yeah, another year older.
Not me. I'm
Yeah.
getting younger.
Bollocks. Well, it's quite fitting that we started the year with a Christmas read. Mine was, well, when I say a Christmas read, it was a Christmas present. I got an absolutely fabulous copy from Annette, signed by the author of Kathy Burke's A Mind of My Own.
I was so excited when I was managing to get it for her. I was like, oh my god, finally, it's finally happening.
Oh my God, I'm so fucking happy and so fucking grateful. Now, we know that I have a soft spot for Kathy anyway.
Little bit. Little
A
bit.
little bit, yeah. But you did the audio version, didn't you, as well? I did
I
sample the
did.
audio version.
Yes.
What do we? Do you know, I'm so excited. Let me start off with the synopsis that's
Yeah.
written on the back. What do you reckon? Yeah?
Yeah. And then I'll do a little bit of background for those who do not know Queen Kathy yet.
Yes,
Okay.
100%. Okay, so the synopsis is Kathy Burke is one of Britain's most distinctive voices. Even as a fearless kid in Islington, she did things her own way, roaming the estate that raised her to find her own path. A place at the Anna Shear Theatre in
Yeah.
her teens changed the course of her life, and she found unimaginable success as an actress and a writer and national fame. But the rare gift that has always set her apart beyond stage or screen is her ability to see the truth and tell it like it is. Now, this is an autobiography. It was 304 pages, published at the end of 2025, so I think it was October,
Yeah.
published by Gallery UK.
And Simon and Schuster. Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, Kathy or Catherine Lucy British Burke, to give her full name. For those of you who don't know, Catherine Lucy British Burke was born was born in London in 1964, 13th of June. She is an English actress, writer, producer, and director. She appeared in sketch shows such as, there was a lot of S's. French and Saunders, Harry Enfield's television programme, and Harry Enfield in Chums, and played a reoccurring role as Magda on the BBC sitcom Absolutely Fabulous. She also starred as Linda Lee Hughes on the BBC sitcom Gimme Gimme Gimme, for which she received a British Comedy Award and 2 BAFTA nominations.
Yep.
Burke made her film debut in 1982 in the drama Scrubbers when she was 17 for her portrayal of Valerie. In 1997, in the film Nil by Mouth, she won Best Actress at the Cannes Film Festival and was nominated for a BAFTA for Best Actress in a Leading Role. Her other film appearances include Sid and Nancy, which I can't believe I didn't realise she was in that. And it's like, and I know the scene. I can't believe it. Elizabeth, This Year's Love, Kevin and Perry Go Large, The Martins, Anita and Me, and Once Upon a Time in the Midlands. Having spent most of the 2000s concentrating on her work as a theatre director, she returned to film roles in 2010s with Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, Pan, and Absolutely Fabulous the Movie. Starting from 2019, Burke fronted a series of documentaries for Channel 4, Kathy Burke's All Woman, Kathy Burke Money Talks, and Kathy Burke Growing Up. So there we go. That's a bit of a background of the work that you can find of hers out there, and that's only a taster of some of the stuff that Kathy Burke's done. Honest to God. So yeah, I mean, the first time I actually remember seeing her on The Last Resort with Jonathan Ross back in the late 80s when she was Tina Bishop with Raw Sex. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And I kind of just always, I remember her kind of like in a periphery kind of way, because then when she got onto Harry Enfield and she became Waynetta Slob, which was one of her famous characters, like, oh wait, that's Tina Bishop, that was from Thingy, because it's the same kind of character. So yeah, I remember her from pretty much her first like kind of mainstream TV kind of roles. That's like late night Channel 4 in the 80s. What was your first Kathy Burke moment?
I couldn't pinpoint it. She's kind of always been I've always known
Yeah.
Kathy Burke. I think the I made the mistake initially of doing like everybody else and thinking that she was comedy only
Yes.
because I didn't see Scrubbers until after I'd seen her in other things.
Yeah.
So that was a bit of a twist for me. But I do remember being really, really excited to go and see Smaller, the play, which had Dawn French and Alison Moyet in it, and it was, I believe it was, was it directed by her or produced by her? Let me just check that. Hang on. Directed. So
Yeah.
Smaller, which was directed by Kathy Burke. So not only did I have the absolutely
Wow.
fantastic Alison Moyet, it was directed, and I managed to get tickets for that initial run.
Yeah.
And then I was like, yeah, like it's just one of those things where your whole understanding and the respect for her began to change. So I was really, really excited about this book.
Oh God, yeah. Yeah.
Super.
Yeah, I would say from watching her initially in that, I mean, obviously I was a huge fan of the comedy stuff because that was it just hit us at the right time when
Yeah,
those shows came out. French and Saunders, Harry Enfield in Chums. Fantastic. So I was so, like you say, I was so used to seeing her in that comedy role, and I didn't see Scrubbers again like you till much later on.
yeah,
But the first dramatic thing I ever actually saw her in was Mr. Rose Virgins
yeah.
in 93. So 93, I was probably 13, 14 when that came out.
Mm.
I was far too young to be watching that. I was not prepared for that. I was
Yeah.
my brain was not adult enough to understand what was happening in that, and it kind of messed me up for a while to see her in that kind of like, that's not my Kathy. That's
Yeah.
that's not who I watch every like Saturday night or Friday night.
Mm.
So it kind of, yeah, it was a huge moment seeing that transition, and then obviously getting to see like Nil My Mouth later on and all these other, my God, these, to for her to have such this niche in your head of this comedic actress, which, and it's like that's not her at all. She's, oh my God, she was so amazing in the dramatic roles that she portrayed.
Oh, I mean, Neil by Mouth is up there. If anybody has not seen Neil by Mouth, you need to see it.
Yeah,
It just we've mentioned it, I think, on other podcasts across the years.
yeah,
It's awesome. It's absolutely amazing. It's an unforgettable film, and there's always that. For me, there's one particular haunting scene. I won't go into it, but it's where she's talking to her husband, Ray Winston, and she says, "I'm tired." Now you know which scene I mean,
yeah,
Annette, but it's where she goes to him, "I am tired," and you're just like, "Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
We will say ahead of time, though, if you are planning on watching it, trigger warning for domestic violence. It is a fantastic movie, but it does deal with some very heavy subject matter. Honestly, the litany of work this woman has done is amazing. From the age of
yeah."
17 is crazy. Like, I didn't even realize I haven't watched Elizabeth. I didn't know she was in that. That's crazy. Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, another one I should have watched. I don't think I have, but
Oh, she was great in that.
I see. I need to, or I might. I can't remember. But yeah, I mean, oh my God, it's crazy. And then obviously,
Yeah.
go on.
No, she's gonna say it's awesome. She is awesome.
And
She's
then
got that
like,
duality.
yeah, and then like the theatre stuff. Like, have you? I've never seen the play Mr. Tom, which was the first play she ever wrote. Came out,
No, I haven't seen that.
no, so that was in 1990. It was first performed. It's amazing. So it's like the story. It's Kathy Burke's first plays a gritty, darkly funny look at attitudes to homosexuality in the 1950s, a portrait of repressed sexuality and alcoholism, and an homage to the great masters of British theatre, Wilde, Coward, Pinter, and Orton. I mean, wow.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
names to be up there with as well. That's crazy. And that she's that good.
I mean, we could go on about her for hours, but we need to we need to plug the book.
Yes, sorry.
God, no, I agree with everything you said. She's an absolute legend. She's always been on my radar. One of the things that I do love about her is her authenticity.
Yes,
You know, like
absolutely.
she's yeah, and that shines through in the book. So let's get back to the book. That shines through in the book. What did you think of the book?
Oh my God, Shell, what a book to start the new year with.
I was banging, wasn't it? Absolutely banging.
Holy shit. I mean, I'm only kind of getting into biographies a little bit more the last couple of
Hmm.
years. This one has blown the rest of them out the bloody water.
I think it's going to be really hard to be matched.
How do you start the year with where do you go from after reading this? Honestly, it's like I couldn't think of what to bloody read afterwards.
Do you know, I was the same. I was like, oh, wow.
I just
I don't know where I'm going to go now.
I ended up listening to like bloody kids book about Irish Irish like lore and fantasies and stuff. It was crazy. It's like I don't know what to do. I'll learn about pukas and the banshee. I don't know. I can't think of what to bloody
Anything.
read.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
just need something to distract. I mean, I'm so pleased that this is the first entry in my new book journal. I am.
Oh
Do you know when
yeah.
you're like, yeah, I don't know. It's got 5 stars coloured in. It doesn't matter now. What happens the rest of the year, that first entry is like, yeah, yeah.
No,
Um,
she had me at Angel Books silently farting because she was as a child sat in Angel Bookshop silently farting because she was so relaxed.
so relaxing. I mean, this is. I don't know. So when I was, do you know, it was so good. I can't work out how to to get it across. What I'll do, if it's all right with you, because I'll get
Yeah,
so excited and I'll go all over the
it's
gaff, is
okay. Go,
I will.
girl.
Did you see? I was so pleased because you always get that thing, don't you? It's a bit like don't meet your heroes.
Yes.
You know, like so. I could have picked this up and you could have read this and thought, actually, what a fucking bitch. Do you know, like, oh, I've
Yeah.
totally gone off now. So there was always that little bit of hesitance as to whether or not it was going to be any good. But what I put in my book journal, which I think is the only way I can coordinate my thoughts,
Okay.
is this feels like being slapped with truth and hugged with humour at the same time.
Yeah.
It's raw, but Kathy turns every discomfort into a punchline or a revelation. She's wickedly funny, painfully honest, and allergic to pretense.
Yeah.
This makes the whole thing feel like a night down the pub with that brutally honest but very wise friend. I love how she owns her story without polishing it for anyone else's comfort. This is what happened. This is her story. This is her viewpoint. I'm not going to buff it up just to make someone else happy.
Yeah.
It's the grief, grit, and graft are all in this book. You've got all three, but so is a level of warmth. There's warmth and this stubborn spark that's just kept her moving forward,
Yeah.
and growing and evolving. It didn't just entertain me, it made me want to stand up straighter and swear fucking louder.
Oh, I love that. What a great quote, Shell.
I'm in love with this book. Yeah, I recommend it to any fan of autobiographies, any fan of Kathy Burke. I One of the things as well, that this new book journal's formatted slightly differently. And one of the things that it does is what would I ask the author?
Yeah.
So that's on this, and I've never had that in any of my book journals before, and it really makes your fucking brain think. And I would say to her, when you look back at your younger self, do you feel protective of her, proud of her, or both?
Ooh.
That would be my question to her. But overall, I mean, I can't. That sums it all up for me. Stand up straighter and fucking swear louder.
I
This woman is. is brilliant. This book is awesome. That's my book journal entry because I don't get excited and I start going all around the place. And my favourite story out of it, there are many, but my favourite one that comes to mind is her bit of her battle with Helena Bonham Carter,
Oh, yes.
which then resulted in an occasion where she was at an award and her friend Sam Morton, who I also love and think is
Yes.
amazing, brought over Helena Bonham Carter to meet her. If you've got to read the book, the gist of it is, in its shortest term, is there was an article in a magazine called, I think it was NME, from Helena Bonham Carter, and it was about working class actors. And Kathy Burke felt so strongly about this letter that she responded and had it published as well. Had her response published somewhere. Anyway, it ended up where they come face to face. Helena Bonham Carter said she actually quite enjoyed one newspaper comparing us, so that's Kathy and Helena, to the old school Hollywood rivalry between the great Joan Crawford and Bette Davis. To which Kathy Burke responded, this I bookmarked it, loved it. To which she responded, "Well, as long as it's clear I'm Bette, we'll be grand."
Yeah.
Yes! Who wants to be Joan? But that's, I mean, I've rattled enough. You know, what was your best bit of the book?
Oh God,
What sticks with you?
there's so many. I mean, okay, the bits I'll talk about is like just there was just these little snippets. Like I say, it was the silent farting in the bookshop.
Yes.
it was the cat on the windowsill who fell off and was then from then on technically known as fucked in the head.
Yes.
Oh God, it had me cackling, and it would like out of nowhere she would just have me absolutely cackling. But
Yeah.
then I also loved that Kathy Burke's always been very private about her personal life,
Yes.
especially her romantic life, or
Yep.
and I fully appreciated how she approached it in this book, where
Oh yeah.
there's no kiss and tells and all that rubbish. She just kind of briefly covers it in a small section. Look, there were people, there was no one really serious. There was one, it wasn't great. I'm not going into it, but it was
Yeah.
like a life lesson.
And isn't that the sign of a classy lady? You know,
Absolutely. Yeah.
she's got it. She's a lady.
There's all these that would tell you all these like rotten stories just to sell books. She doesn't need to do that.
Nope.
Absolutely not. Because honestly, you don't really care about that side of it. That's her business and her business alone. She has so many other rich stories. I mean, the her time working, is it the Red Lion, the name of the pub?
Yeah.
When she couldn't get work and she was having to work behind the bar there, but then like the list of actors that run through that pub that were part of that circle: Gary Oldman,
Ray Winston.
Ray Winston. I mean, there's so many. It's like everyone that came to prominence throughout the 80s and into the 90s that were massive and they were British,
Mm.
she's worked with, been around, been part of
Yeah.
it. Even into the newer generation, where she
Mm.
cast James McAvoy in a role for one of her
Yeah.
stage plays. I mean, it's like,
Yeah.
what? I just love the wild young Kathy. I'm fascinated about her
Mhm.
childhood. It felt so foreign yet so familiar at the same time.
Yeah. Yep.
Being allowed to run wild in the streets till all hours,
Yeah.
even at like 6 years old. It's like, yeah, that's not too dissimilar to the shit we would get up to. So it felt just so relatable, which I absolutely loved. But even though she goes into when she's Anna shares and then gets into the industry and all that, I loved the whole story about Cannes and that experience.
That was brilliant. Yeah. What do you mean I need something to wear?
Yeah, it was so brilliant. And she borrows a suit, and then she's on a plane, and then suddenly she's at the
A
airport.
suit she got for a wedding. That'll
Yeah,
do.
that was it. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, I'll wear that. She'd just been sat there having a cup of tea. It's like, I haven't got a passport. I can't go nowhere. She wears this suit from a wedding. She gets she's on this plane with Gary on. We're going over. Then it's like there's a helicopter. All right,
Arranged by Luke Besson.
by
Yeah.
Luke Besson saved her ass, getting her out there. So don't worry about a passport line life pre 9/11 and all that. Getting into the country without a passport, and then having this one, and then like what is it in a like a 24-hour, 48-hour? She's back at home, sat down having a cup of tea.
With a PG tips.
Just having a fag, just sat watching. I love it. I loved it. I was just like, the whole book was an amazing journey. I couldn't get, honestly, as I was watching the time countdown and what was, I was like, no, I need more.
Yeah, I was doing the same with the bookmark when you put it back in. And then when I got to there's pictures in the
Yeah.
book, the hard book as well. And I was like, oh, cool. But equally, I was like, what a waste. There's no stories on here. There's no text. Oh no, I've looked at the pictures too quickly. Do you know, like the book's gone down more. Yeah, awesome, absolutely awesome.
I've never so much in my life wanted a book to never end.
I mean, if she did another one tomorrow, I'd be like, yeah, okay, well, we need to get that.
Oh,
You know?
100%. Honestly, and it ends so lovely. I love where her life is for her now, honestly.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that you just like, yeah, you are authentically yourself. You are not what others want you to be. You are you.
Yeah,
And that takes a lot of courage to be that,
yeah,
especially so publicly.
definitely. I mean, I love, have you seen some of her old interviews? Like, I think it was like, I don't think it's the South Bank show or whatever. Anyway, she was being interviewed and they were asking her about, roles that she's given, and like she refers to playing pretty girls as boring.
And yeah, where's the complexity? Do you know, if
Exactly.
you look at what she's played and what she's written, I mean, she's been everything from a teenage prison inmate, female inmate, to a pubescent teenage boy she's
Yes.
played. Do you know, like, to a victim of domestic violence, to a member of MI5 or MI6 in Tinker Tailor Spot. Like
Yeah.
she's kind of done the whole lot. Yeah, no, I love it. I,
She
I I loved the book. Thank you very much, Annette.
Oh, I couldn't wait. I was so excited. I was that excited. The second I posted it out, I downloaded the audiobook. It's like, have you opened it yet? Have you opened? It's like, I felt like I was cheating. If I started the audio before you had the book, I felt mean
Yeah.
because like you couldn't read it till it arrived. It's like, "Oh, you got it, got it. Right, play."
Yeah, how dare you?
Sat back and I was like, this is going to be so good.
And it was. I love it. I think more particularly women, young women, they should read this so that they can understand, where the journey can take you and not to give up.
Absolutely, 100%. Especially young actresses. For those who are always told, no, you can't because you don't look this way or
Yeah.
you're not that.
Fuck them.
Fuck them, don't need it. You've
Yeah,
got women like
100%.
Kathy Burke out there showing you it's a load of old shit.
Yeah, I got bored of acting, so I started to write a play.
Yeah.
Did you, Kathy?
Okay.
Yeah, I got bored of writing, so I thought I'd direct this year. Oh, good, great. But it's all stellar. It's not something that she's dabbled with. She's taken, and you get that from the book. She's taken what she's learned from each of the things she's done.
Yes.
So as an actress, she fed that into how she directs.
Yeah.
Do you know, like she's fed that into how she's written. So it's amazing. She is absolutely awesome. I think she's an incredible woman.
Yes.
Always had a soft spot for her, even more so now. Yeah, I
100%.
just, stand up straighter, swear louder.
I mean, can we say any more than that? That's it. I think we've got a title for the episode.
Yeah, I think, yeah, that's it for me. She's a legend. I don't know how it's going to be topped. Get a copy, listen to it, read it, whatever. She's a legend.
And Kathy Burke, if you're out there and you do manage to somehow listen to any of this, thank you so much for one of the best pieces of writing I've ever had the joy to read, honestly.
Yeah, brilliant. Absolutely